Hello, my name is Rebecca and I'm going to show you my model of communication. Now I chose my model to show three participants who I labeled as A, B, and C to better understand. Now my model is similar to the interaction model of communication where it is interaction oriented rather than message oriented. Now my model shows one original sender giving a message to the other two participants, that message being, guess what? Now after that step, the continuation of the conversation is more relied on timing and reaction. Now in this specific model, I made it so B is directing a message to A saying, what is it? And C directing a message to B saying, what do you think it is? Now, while my model is similar to the interaction model, there are several differences. The first one that I'm going to talk about being that since there are more than two participants, the continuation of the conversation can go about in various different ways. So while in the beginning there is only one sender, the next one there will be two, B and C, making A and B the two receivers. Now, who's going to be the next sender depends on the reaction of A and B, which brings me to explain the feedback channel. Now, in my model, the feedback channel is one continuation circle, but the feedback channel is more like an electronic cloud in an atom. While there is showing one continuation circle, it can be multiple circles going about in various different ways, depending on how everyone reacts to each other's message. Now, regardless of whether or not the message will be actually said, that doesn't automatically mean that there isn't a message being given. Which brings me to explain the brackets surrounding the three smiley faces, which I chose to represent the psychological context, which also differs from the interaction model, which also shows the physical background. While mine I chose it to only show the psychological context because I want to explain the body language and facial expressions that my conversation will present. Now I made each of the participants showing a different face. A smiley face for A, a confused face for B, and a surprised face for C, which shows that depending on whether or not there's a vocal message being given out, a facial expression will also be given as a message. Therefore, every participant is constantly decoding a message. And that concludes my model of communication. Thank you.